Okay, so we're going to do some balancing chemical equations guided practice. We got 25 questions on here, so let's just roll a die, see which random ones we're going to be doing. Let's do 5. Okay, so first one we're doing is number 3, and number 18, and number 17, and number 15, and number 8. Okay, let's go through those. All right, so looking at number 2, once this announcement is done.
Marlena Knowles, to the bus area immediately.
Get it together, Marlena,
Knowles,
whoever you
to
are.
the bus area immediately. Thank you. Go home.
All right, so look at number 3 first. We've got 2 chlorines and 2 fluorines on our reactant side, and then on our product side, we've got 1 chlorine and 3 fluorines. All right, so I usually like to start off with my biggest number. Looking at my fluorines, I've got 3 of those and 2 of those on the other side. All right, so we need to think about what number both of those go into evenly, because we need to make them match. All right, and it's always done by multiplication. Okay, so if we're looking at our fluorines here, we've got 2 and we've got 3. The number that both of those go into is 6. Okay, so if I want to get this up to 6 fluorines, right now I've got 3, so what can I multiply that by to get it up to 6? Well, I'd have to multiply by 2. Okay, looking at this fluorine, to get it up to 6, right now I've got 2 of them. All right, so what times 2 would give me 6? 3 times 2 would give me 6. Okay, so my fluorines are now good. I've got 3 times 2 over here for 6 fluorines, and I've got 2 times 3 over here for 6 fluorines. 6 fluorines at the beginning and the end. That's balanced. All right, and then looking at my chlorines, 2 times my 1, I've got 2 chlorines, and on this side, I've already got 2. All right, so I don't need to multiply this by anything. I can leave that blank, or I can put a 1 there just for the sake of completion. All right, on the next one. We've got a boron, a nitrogen, an iodine, and a fluorine. On the other side, I've got a nitrogen, 3 iodines, a boron, and 3 fluorines. Okay, so if I'm looking at my elements here, well, my fluorine and my iodine stand out. I've got 3 of each of them, but only 1 of each on the other side. All right, so if I've got 3 iodines over here and 1 iodine over here, I need to multiply this side by 3. Now I've got 3 iodines on the left and 3 iodines on the right. All right, this also gives me 3 fluorines, and would you look at that, on the other side, also 3 fluorines. Okay, so now I've got everything matched up on both sides of my equation. 1 boron, 1 nitrogen, 3 iodines, 3 iodines, 3 fluorines, 3 fluorines. Everything's all balanced. You could fill that in with ones, but I'm not that kind of person usually. All right, number 15. We've got a carbon and 2 oxygens, and then on the other side, I've got a carbon and only 1 oxygen. Okay, so my carbons right now are good, but let's look at my oxygens. All right, so 2 over here, 1 over here. All right, if I wanted to get this up to 2 oxygens, I would need to multiply by 2. Okay, now I've got 2 oxygens on the left, 2 oxygens on the right, though that did change my number of carbons. I've got 2 carbons over here now because I multiply this entire compound by 2. Okay, so if I wanted 2 carbons over here, I would need to multiply by 2. Now I've got 2 carbons on the left, 2 carbons on the right, 2 oxygens on the left, and 2 oxygens on the right. So now it's all balanced. You could leave that blank or put a 1. All right, number 17. This is the combustion of methane. We've got methane reacting with diatomic oxygen to give us carbon dioxide and water. One of the main things that will cause problems on this is that you've got oxygen in multiple places. So make sure that you're counting up all of your oxygens that you're dealing with. All right, so like we've got 1 carbon and 1 carbon. So our carbons are good. Our hydrogens, we've got 4 hydrogens over here and 2 hydrogens over here. So to make those match, well, I have to multiply this one. All right, and what times 2 gives me 4? 2 times 2 gives me 4. Okay, so now I've got 4 hydrogens on each side. Okay, so my carbons are good, my hydrogens are good, I just need to look at my oxygens. Okay, so on this side, I've got 2, and then on this side, I've got 2 right there and another 2 right here. Okay, that gives me a total of 4 on this side. Okay, so to balance this out, I need a total of 4 right there, so 2 times 2. And now that thing's balanced. Number 18. All right, we've got carbon with 8 hydrogens reacting with oxygen, giving us CO2 and water. There's another combustion reaction, except we've got a different, sorry, having a brain fart. Hydrocarbon, there we go. We've got a different hydrocarbon. Okay, so looking at this one, we've got a carbon, that's good. We've got 8 hydrogens, and we've got 2 hydrogens, all right? So I usually start off with the biggest number, so let's start there, all right? We want 8 hydrogens on both sides. So to get this up to 8 hydrogens, we would need to multiply by 4. Okay, now we've got 8 hydrogens on both sides of that arrow, all right? Let's look at our oxygens now. We've got 2 right here, another 4 right here, all right? So that's a total of 6 oxygens on the right-hand side of that arrow. To get this up to 6 oxygens, well, I've already got 2 right there. So what times 2 gives us 6? 3 times 2 gives us 6. Okay, so if we're counting up our stuff, we've got 1 carbon, 8 hydrogens, 6 oxygens, 1, 2, plus another 4, 6 oxygens on the right side as well. All right, so that thing's all balanced out. You could leave those spaces blank or fill them in with 1s. Okay, if you're having trouble with any of the other questions on here as you're going through, make sure to send me a message on Schoology so I can help you out. See you around.